If you come to North India in Vrindavan, even rickshawalas, am I right? They will teach you all Bhagavad Gita. They will tell you everything. But when it comes to follow, no, it's not for me. I am Brajavasi. Like, they will take it very easy to say. So our immunity towards good has become very bad. Immunity. When I say immunity towards good, I mean to say that there is try to understand what I'm saying, it's very sensitive, but it's the truth. There are two things. One is a swabhava. I will tell in English for Ruski Patum. You can translate it. Or Regina can translate in Russian to Evgeny, and Olga knows English very well. Right? There are two words when I studied Ayurveda, I found in Sanskrit. One is a swabhava and another is a prabhava. Swabhava is your inborn swa. Swa means self. Bhava means your own nature, prakriti. Inborn nature, which is from birth till death, it's you. It never changes. And it's your unique genetic type. It may be good or bad, that's secondary. But actually there is a unique swabhava. We all have. Another thing is called as, which is a prabhava. Every swabhava has a capability to take some prabhava, means external influence. So before, in genetics, it was believed that genes can never be altered or changed. Genes means genes, it's your genes. If you ask why you have this problem, it's in your genes, that's it. So can you change it? No, it's not possible. But then there's a theory of epigenetics, that behavior, you're born and brought up, your schooling, your upbringing, your parenting, that can put an influence and you can change, you can influence, at least you can influence the genes, and that is epigenetics. Now they say, they have given a new term for that, prabhava as a epigenetics and swabhava, which what used to say. So once when in Ayurveda we call two categories, chintya and achintya, means a one thing which you can have a logic, and another is not illogic, no logic behind that particular correction of epigenetics, that is prabhava. So prabhava cannot be understood with the language of scientific or any logic. Like Ayurveda has some logic that, okay, your body, if you are too much into wind, your body will get dry. So there's a logic that if you have a cloth which is wet, and if you put in windy atmosphere, cloth gets dry. Right. So there's a logic behind it. But there are so many things Ayurveda also talks, says that they are not come under the chintya category of logic of guna, virya, vipaka. So they say it's a prabhava. For example, a herb which Let's take a very simple example of pepper, okay? So pepper are two types. One is a round pepper, black pepper, no? Round one, kali wali, kali mirch. Chorne perets. I'm sorry. Another is Bisnir Darwada. Another is long pepper. It's longer. Piper longum, Piper nigrum. Actually, if you see, both have same type of family. They are Piperaceae family. But the long one, when it go in the body, it does cooling effect. When you keep in the mouth, it's very spicy. Whereas Piper nigrum, which is a black pepper, Chorne perets, the round one, it is hot, but when you eat, it also increase the heat. Both are hot when you keep in the mouth, but one increases the heat, the round one, and another pepper, which is a smaller one, the longer one, that reduces the heat, rather brings cooling effect. Another surprising fact is, now this is the logic, that it's a hot, when you eat, inside it should also increase heat in the body. We understand this. But in longum, there is no logic. When you eat, it's hot, but they found that after some time, person feel that body's heat has reduced. Now this is called as prabhava. Another is that Piper longum, that long pepper is very good for lungs. They don't know how. It is good for the lungs. That's it. So they have put one category. They made two categories in Ayurveda. One logic based, one just, it's a nature of the herb to have a unique capability to cure, therapeutic quality in nature of the herb. Like Vasa adathoda, one herb I know. British time, when the Britishers were in India, they have invented penicillin. You know penicillin? It was one of the big revolution of antibiotics of that time. And when people used to have pneumonia, there was a huge pneumonia attack happened in this part of, like Corona, COVID you have now. So it was that time, people died because of pneumonia in this also, little cardiac arrest. So such attack happens every 100 years. And it happened in India that time when British were there. And I got that secret book from when I was Vice Chancellor at in library. I found that very old book written by some Britisher. He just writes, why to worry about pneumonia when Vasa adathoda is present in world. And you will surprise, when they went from India, there was no documentation on the, in your language of internet. Everything was a paper documentation. Nothing is within India. Few things, such papers are left. They did a huge research, and all these medical research, when they went, it went. We don't know. Kohinoor, diamond they took from us, but they also took a lot of knowledge. There is a masters and bachelors of pharmaceutical sciences in India. Well, Ayurveda people, they never have this. They have only in Sanskrit. What research is on those Sanskrit herbs was done by Britishers. Some remnants were left because they could not take everything. But 80 to 90% part has gone. And you will be surprised that this is the biggest loss for us, because pharmaceutical lobby does not want Indian herbs to be brought into mainstream. Now you may start crying in Sanskrit. You say, okay, you have, fine, very good, you speak, but you are not in mainstream supported by the world's conventional system. Fine, we are getting results, but this is the truth. Well, it's a big pharma lobby, pharma business. You know, you are bringing some such herb. They did research. They don't want to bring it to public domain because pneumonia is a big business area. When the war happened, I don't want to take two nations. Okay, I can talk about it. The first thing what America said to Russia, we will stop diabetes medicine for you, which is patent. One of the very big way for negotiation. Immediately, Modi Prime Minister Modi of India has told to Indian scientists, start searching solution for diabetes which is Indian made. You may talk big, but tomorrow so many things are coming from West, you are dependent, and the war doesn't need to be on the ground. War can stop, they can stop many things and we are lost, we are dependent on that. So that's how the world is run by government bodies. Well, businessman is businessman, they do their business. We are okay, we talk about good things, well, okay, we do some good businesses, but that is okay. Coming back to the point that Ayurveda talks about two categories of herbs, of principles. One which is logical, one there is no logic, but it exists, and that is achintya. Similarly, in our life, you have to be very careful with achintya factors of life. Why we have this ocean? It is achintya. It is there. That's it. There is the influence of stars astrologically. I can guarantee you, I see in your life things and I tell you, so many people, it's not because I am great or I have any intuition, zero intuition. If something you speak on intuition, that is not achintya. That is something your sixth sense or you have some extra power. Well, you can say it is also achintya. Well, you may have or you not, but you have to make a documentation. But here Ayurveda has made documentation of achintya. They said, look, these are the things which comes in category of no logic, but they exist. These are the things which are category of logic. Then I tell you that now you drink hot water. So hot water drinking is a logic. Why I want to tell you this? In your life, some changes happens on your planetary level when you took birth and the present planetary cosmic manifestation and your manifestation, and there is a complete shift in your life pattern. Now, if you say that I may be religious person, I believe in God, I believe in my spiritual practices, or you may have your own spiritual practices, so I don't believe in this. Well, definitely you don't need to believe. You believe in sun or not, but sun exists. You're believing in it or you're disbelieving in it is not going to make any difference on the truth. It's fine that you can live without it. Many people lived also, and many will live also. But there is always, we call as the tools. Everybody has their own toolkits. You have your own, well, that word has been very badly misused by politics, the toolkits of political, strategies. I'm not talking about that. When I am talking about tools, everybody has their own ways of reaching the same results. whole thing which Ayurveda, I try to read all our scriptures. Surprisingly, aim of everything should be influencing our inner self, right? When you eat food, it should give something in your body. When you do business, something should give you. But everything has its influence on your life. This is for sure. That's prabhava, which I am speaking about. When you do any practice, maybe yoga practice, maybe knowledge, maybe devotional practice of bhakti, at the end of the day, maybe meditation, maybe yoga, at the end of the day, it is going to influence our nervous system, neurohormones. Your dopamine level, your serotonin level has to have its influence. You are listening me, it's influencing. If somebody comes and starts shouting, abusing, scolding, it will also influence. At the end of the day, anything what you do should bring sukha in your life. Now, it's very difficult to translate in English. Kha, there are words, I mean to say for those who don't know the Sanskrit word, there are two words. One is su and another is kha. So kha is a main word. Su and du are two words in Sanskrit used, one is used for positive and second is used for negative. So when the kha, positive kha or negative kha, Suyodhan, Duryodhan, Sunil, Dunil, Sushil, Dushil. So du is bad, su is good. Understand? Kha means space. What? Space. When your space around you is positive, that is sukha. Ka means akash. Khadin means all five elements in them. First element is space. So when the space, Beka, mere wala. Okay, I'm a good boy. So when your space is good, that is sukha. When the space is negative, it's dukkha. And so he's saying that when I read Ayurveda, they say that you have to make your space better. Physical space. Remove all toxins. Fill with good food. Right? Simple theory. When I read Arthashastra, the economy of business on the Vedic perspective, they say that the aim of business is to have good space. I said, wow. When I read Kama Shastra, Vatsyayan says the aim of Kama is to have better space. When I read spiritual path in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says that, Krishnadas Kaviraj says, absence of happiness is nature of the earth. What? Absence of sukha. Here it's a dukkhalayam. It's a abode of bad space. We do not need to create any extra efforts to disturb our space. You would have heard people saying, excuse me, let me be in my space. Give me some space. Give me my own area where I can have my own space. It's the right word. Before I used to make fun of that. What are you asking for space? At the end of the day, either it is your spiritual practices, your religious path, or your business, or your relationship life, or your any practice of Ayurveda to keep your health good, aim is only one. And what's that? Sukha. To make your space positive. And a spiritual path says that by nature here space is dukkha, is negative. You do not need to put any extra effort. One small news on television or in your reel that there is, God forbid, nothing should happen, some bomb blast happened somewhere. What will happen? Immediate space becomes negative inside. Nothing. Your small desire. Small desire. I ask, please give me water. And if my boys does not bring water for me, what will happen inside me? Bad space. Well, that's a tuning that you should not. But I am talking about once when you are inborn without developing yourself, then you have all chance to be sad, bad space or negative space without any efforts. We depend on external factors. If food we not got as we want, you did not listen to me, I didn't listen to you. Small problem in relationship. You said something and you want something else. Sadness. You don't need to put any efforts. Sadness is so easy, effortlessly present everywhere. For somebody, why this become night? It was such a beautiful sunset, and can be said. Why somebody died? What died? It's a part of the game. If can be, why this sound is echo? For me, it's very irritating. One sound is there, my sound is echo, as if there is some party going on. I would have expected my team should have make it something like that. Of course, the unit tried, but it has its own some system. No, it's okay. It's an example. Well, you do not need much reasons to be sad. It can come, I was giving analogies like this. But transformation from sadness to happiness. Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is one of the great authority books, says, this is the whole aim. Once when you establish in your heart presence of that divine bliss or that divinity, bliss comes in you and we can easily overcome material sadness. Tamoguna is a sadness which is a common nature of the world. So at the end of the day, when I studied all Shastras with whatever capabilities or the time what I had got in my life, when I studied, I did, that I always like to be if I saw the movie, then I'll sit and I'll observe, I'll think, okay, why this movie? I saw the movie, Hindi movie, with all disrespect, one example will be for Indian movie, which my Russian friends may not be knowing, but just give me 2 minutes to have something extra, but because it will be very good for When I saw शोले मूवी, शोले सभी ने देखी है ना, सबने देखी। अब आपने देखा होगा कि उसका सिक्का, द कॉइन इज सेम। किसी ने देखा होगा यार क्या झगड़ा किया है और एंड में बंदा, किसी ने बसंती को देखा होगा, तो किसी ने वो ऊपर चढ़ गया, किसके ऊपर, टंकी पे चढ़ गया, बोले चक्की पे, किसी ने वो देखा होगा। अमिताभ बच्चन कह रहे हैं हाँ बहुत बढ़िया है लेकिन मौसी, मैंने जो देखा उसमें वो आपको बताता हूं। एके हंगल नाम का एक मुसलमान, अब इतना बड़ा उसके बच्चे मार दिए और वो बोल के जा रहा है अच्छा मेरे तो नमाज का टाइम हो गया। वो भाई साहब पूरी पिक्चर में इस बात का पिक्चर से लेना देना कुछ था? कुछ भी था? नहीं था। बट डायरेक्टर ने उस चीज को डाला कि देखो भाई कितने अच्छे होते हैं ये, बच्चा मर गया लेकिन फिर भी बेचारा नमाज को जा रहा है। अब आप जब बाहर आए तो आपका पर्सपेक्टिव उस पर्टिकुलर कम्युनिटी के लिए पूरा चेंज हो गया। सारी पिक्चर में 2014 के पहले जितने विलन थे वो बड़ा टीका लगाता था, लाल वाला या काला वाला, और हनुमान जी की या दुर्गा की पूजा कर रहा होगा, इतने में आता है फोन और वो मारने जाता है कि मेरे भाई को। और हीरो जो होगा ना वो अमेरिका के स्टाइल में बड़ा बढ़िया, आर्नोल्ड श्वार्ज़नेगर के स्टाइल में, बड़ा हट्टा कट्टा सिक्स पैक, और वो क्या वो गन वन लेके वो जीन्स कपड़े पहन के आएगा, और ये पंडित जी होंगे। तो देखा है ना आपने। और वो लड़के लड़की ने चर्च में ही उनके आपस में वो इलू इलू होता है वहीं पे, वो चर्च में खड़े हुए, वो भाई चर्च का क्या लेना देना। वो दोनों पिएंगे तो वो कोको कोला पिएंगे, कोक बैठ के वो उसमें होटल में, उसका उस मूवी की स्टोरी से कोई लेना देना नहीं है। बट दैट इज ए अंडर करंट, सबकॉन्शियस माइंड इज बीइंग ट्रेन्ड। अब वो एके हंगल की क्या जरूरत थी? अब अमर अकबर एंथोनी में जो बड़ा फेमस हो गया है, बाबा बागेश्वरी उस दिन बोल रहा था स्टेज से, बोला चलो भाई एक अमर है मान लिया, दूसरा अकबर हुआ, बड़ी अच्छी बात है कि घर भाई हो गया, और तीसरा भाई एंथनी, पिता सबके कन्हैया लाल। अब तुम कन्वर्जन करे वो नहीं बता रहे हो, वो ये बता रहे हो देखो तीन धर्म एक साथ, वाह वाह वाह, गाना भी चल रहा है अमर अकबर एंथोनी, पर अंदर का खेल क्या है? पिताजी का नाम क्या? कन्हैया लाल। और वहां पे कहां थे अकबर के पिताजी और एंथोनी? तो आप अपनी अंदर की, द होल आई वॉज ट्राइंग टू टेल इज अबाउट इंडियन मूवी, वेल यू गाइस डोंट नो अबाउट दैट मूवी, सो may not be knowing the message of that. Every movie has some hidden messaging in that, and that we call as a mantra. Like our ashram has some mantra which if I tell you, you don't know, but I tell you. First thing, that I can make 6 acres of the property needs minimum 100 rooms, because business means scaling. Sorry, it's a property which is expensive. Otherwise, everybody would have been made there. Nice. You cannot make it. And I can make it. I have all licenses, and 100 should be there, and I have people. But I know very well. Imagine if in this property 100 people roaming here and there. Today, what legacy and the peace you are having here, you will lose it. In Bangalore and all, if you go, what happened? I don't want to take the names of them. The recording also going on. They scale up. Because business means scaling. You cannot survive with 20 people, 65 people working. Every time generator should be there, if light current goes or not. Water, room, care, everything. And ocean side, you're all air conditioned. Every 2 years you have to replace because they get rusted. So when you have to run the property on, even the screw should be of brass. If it is of iron, it will break. You see that door when you go out, just 3 months back and rusted. It's a porous air, it has salt in it. But the mantra here is peace, shanti. This is not for the people. I know many people in my North India, my friends, they say, I want to come for your property treatment. I said, no, you cannot come. Why? Because this man cannot sit without noise, without people for more than 30 minutes. After 30 minutes in Vrindavan, they need their disciples, their people shouting, that loud, because they are programmed. Some of my own relatives I'm talking about, because they're living in that Vrindavans that, every time they are in with people are coming, touching your feet, and you are like, okay, Maharaji, and they can, if you make them sit and their wife, they're elderly people, whole life they lived under that noise. You may think that they need something different. They know. For them, solitaire is a very good place to visit, but not to stay. They can visit for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, but after that they will get suffocated. They again need that rajas. But I don't change it. The aim is very clear. What's the aim? Peace of mind. Because if you want to give healing, first thing, this is a place in Vedas, there are 4 branches are there in Vedas. One is Samhita, where you compile. One is Upanishad. Upanishad is Upavishat. Upanishad. You sit very near to your guru and he tells you secret knowledge, that is Upanishad. So secret knowledge with your teacher. Third is Aranyaka. You go out of your area of living and you sit and you make your plan of your life. Means you sit here and you plan your business in your Delhi or wherever you are, or Moscow. You need to be an objective viewer of your life. So the aim of this property with Ayurveda is that to give you objective yourself for your own subjective side. So in few days you will cry, you will be upset, but then slowly you start seeing yourself, your world from one, because after this where will you go? Maybe to Dubai or Africa. Jingalala, I don't know. You will be doing there. If they catch you, who knows what will they do? Again, it's not the racist remark. काट देना बे, समझ में आया साले, मार डालेंगे, ना मार डालेंगे लोग, वो कहेंगे Africans पर what do you say there, remark कर दिया. It's like fun speaking. So you're at the aim of this, at the end of the day, aim of the life is to be happy. But what happy? Not happy inside. Not like a cloud's happy, good cloud, bad cloud, good weather, bad weather. It's a state where you make your space very good. Clear till here, everyone? I took very long time to reach on this point. घुमा करके इधर उधर सब जलेबी बना दी मैंने अभी. Now, coming to the next point, which is very important. Listen very carefully, alert. Charaka says, in chapter of mental disorders, Unmada, Chikitsa Sthana, very beautiful line. Hero, तू कहाँ है भाई? आजा. तुम कहाँ बैठे हो यार? आजा. He is Maitreya, not my grandson. Now everybody says he's your grandson. Well, I take it in a very positive way. So I look so mature. What I'm saying is very important, this next line, understand. The reason for your sukha and dukkha is you. Atmanam atmanaiva sukha dukkhasya karanam. You are responsible for your own good space or bad space. Maybe in this life or because of past life karma, but do not blame anyone. No victim, no victimization of soul. Soul never likes to be victim. Before I used to blame people around me. I always had issues with sometimes I used to blame my mom that I have to live so far, that I have to come to Udupi, I have to leave my Braj, my native place. Very nostalgic. I was the first North Indian in my Ayurveda Medical College and in Mutt, where my father sent me. And he didn't see once back also. 16, 17-year-old boy suddenly left like this in the ocean. You don't know language, you don't know anyone here, and the train used to be 56 hours turn. No mobile, nothing. One letter indent, Antardeshi Patra. The letter used to come in 15 days. I used to cry alone because nobody speaks my language even. People don't need, my community didn't knew English and Hindi, where I was living in a very powerful Brahmin, hardcore Brahmins of Udupi, where I learned all the things, Well, it's a reason is my destiny which brought me to South India. And it made me to live with them, like a part of the family, same commune. The reason for all happening in our life is our space is made by, I am not saying, I am just a person who read the, I am, just like, very simple. If your two friends go to see very good movie, and when they come, what do? You ask him to please tell the story of the movie. Didn't you have done this in your life? You did. You ask your friend, hey, come on, tell me the story. Sometimes he may say, no, you go and see the movie. Or sometimes this person be a very good storyteller and he tells a story with a lot of gist of that. So I am telling you the story of these Vedic knowledge. And story, the gist in that story, I'm sorry, not story, a gist of this whole knowledge, if you put it into a movie, it is only one that responsible for your pains and pleasures of your space is no one other than you. So difficult to take for me when I read this. And I told you shloka, Atmanam Atmanye Karanam Sukha Dukkhayo. You are the reason for that. So you have to fix it. Nobody else can help you. We can be your supporters, but we cannot remove. So soul want to be free from bondages. Soul want to be liberated. You cannot blame that why you are attached soul. You cannot blame that you have desires in your soul, expectations or hate because you have been victimized. We all do this, but the moment you get this great knowledge, you stop doing this. The day I got this knowledge, I stopped this. It was very difficult to digest. इसको झेल पाना, क्योंकि हम बचपन से क्या सिखाए जा रहे हैं? देखो उसने किया, वो ले गया, उसकी वजह से. If we got attacked, who is responsible? I was thinking, Lord, such a strong culture you talk about Indianism. If it would have been that great, why it got attacked? 1000 years it was slavery. You have been British came, they ruled. Where was your knowledge? What the hell you were doing? You have to put up a question, and you should do that. I did this question. But the answer is very beautiful. Is still you alive? Is still you survive? Your culture is there. You are growing still. But if you go to Zoroastrian, you know Zoroastrians? Iranian. They were Zoroastrians. Beautiful culture they had. Now see what they became. One very big power, Iran. Such a great culture was there. Totally finished. The cultural invasions are very strong. You can't, they're like tsunami. You sustain tsunami, man. Indonesia, it became full, complete. Malaysia, Malay is a mountain. Your Sanskrit words. You go Indonesia, you go Thailand, you go Bangkok. Your remnants of your culture is still there. But here you survived. Still you are practicing Ganesha. In Europe, when I read Shakespeare, because my father is an English professor also, being a Sanskrit scholar. So from childhood I am listening all these things. Shakespeare used to write, the thighs of queen is like Venus. So many Venus, Lord of Mars, moon has been mentioned in literature of English. But like a god, like a lords, but all gone, finished. Atlas, Greek and gods, where are they now? Any old ancient culture, civilization left? No. You existing. Something must be there in that. Some truth must be there in that. But why it has been got this much attack also? Because it was not practiced, it was worshipped. Now understand the difference. When you practice, you get benefited. You improve your space. But when you worship, you become fanatic. Fools practice, I'm so sorry, opposite. Fools worship, smart people practice. But now what we are doing again? We are worshipping, but we are not practicing. Anything which you stop practicing, you are just living in this India, but people who are in India, you may call yourself with whatever names which you got from your ancestors, but you are not Indians now. I'm very honestly telling this. If you are Indians, how many of Indian traditional knowledge you may have in your genes, but have you explored it? No. It's an honest fact. Let's accept the truth. Are we giving to our kids? No. All want to be. My son is studying in Gurgaon. The biggest stress for us was how to handle that environment, which is like New York, or even worse than New York, I think. In New York, people may have been even more civilized than how Indians are in Gurgaon, in Delhi. Boys, youngsters. Well, coming back to the point is, second point I explained. What is that? The cause, the reason for good space or bad space is self. If you can change, people around you will also change. Either it's a war, understand, it's a very clear war every time going on. Either you will change or others will change according to you. Anyone has to change. This concept that either people will make you sad or you will make people happy, not others will make you happy. You will make your space so beautiful that all around you are under the contagious influence of your positivity, even though whatever they are. or you are weak and people will make you space bed and you live in that, you are responsible, you cannot blame them. Am I right? Agree or not? You can put up the question, no problem. Well, because I have no problem, because it's written in the books, I am telling that. You challenge those Shastra, not me. Once when we change ourselves, only choice. Either people will change or not. No problem. You have changed. So upgradation is very important, not to change towards down, towards up. Don't change people. Upgrade your space inside you, and either you will influence Prabhava or they will influence. This is the war of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was totally got influenced that his gurus, his all top guys are against him. Then he got influence of Krishna. And that made him to win that war. So your spiritual practices should be in your action. It should be seen in your work. Doesn't matter what people talks about it. They appreciate you, fine. They not appreciate you, very fine. At the end of the day, how you have this state of influence. The next third point, only 3 points today, but very important. So first is from bad space towards journey from bad space to good space. All concept of Krishna, Radharani, Gopis, Shiva is how you transform your hormones from sad, which creates sad space, or you convert your good space. That's it. All Ayurveda herbs, detox, taking health. Health is a good space, Sukhayu or Dukhayu. Simple theory. We have two Ayus, Dukhayu or Sukhayu. Charaka has given, very clearly mentioned. Second is, you are responsible for that. How strong you become that you start influencing or you get influenced. Now third is very important. When I read in Charaka and also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I was shocked. And the shock is surprising fact. God takes avatar. God can come. Very difficult to believe by Western religious influence or even by my logic. How can God come here? If he comes, he has to go for potty, susu, for urine. Logic says yes. If he comes, he may also be covered with this worldly problems. But the question is, are our ancestors, scientists, are fools? No, they are not. They divided it into different categories. One category is Amshavatara, which I don't want to go in detail now. Matsyavatara, then Varaha Avatara, all those avatara till Buddha. Another is a Guna Avatara, Sattva, form of Supreme Personality of Godhead is Brahma. Rajas is Vishnu. Tamas is Mahesha. But the important is that they call that all these three are actually the all name used is Krishna above. From childhood we are taught that these three are main, Krishna is Vishnu. No, I will explain you. Very beautiful. I don't want to go in that part now because it's a part of a philosophy for those who are into that philosophical school of spirituality. But you all are not here for that debate, who is God, whether it's a God in the sky or here or where, it's not our matter. Now, my aim is that any philosophy what you practice should make you inside very strong. That's it. He has used third category, Shakti Avesh Avatar. I will tell in English. Raja Prathu, who made the Prithvi, had a Shakti Avesh Avatar. Vyasadeva had Shakti Avesh Avatar. Now I will tell in English. The Shastra says that any person can be selected by divine and there can be a charge of divine positivity on him or her. Anyone can be selected for particular purpose with that charge. Till yesterday this guy was walking like a crazy boy and now he has the divine knowledge. I have seen so many cases. When I read this, I was impressed that anybody can, by his spiritual practices, can get divine charge. And it's very logical that if you have a magnet, today one morning I was telling somebody, if you have a magnet and if you put a needle beside that magnet, after a few hours that needle gets magnetism. So certain practices makes one to get that beautiful charge. Now, after some days, I read a book of Ayurveda which says that there is no ghost or these bad energies want to harm anyone. They don't. If Ayurveda is so logical, if they want to harm, that they can catch anyone, Tom, Dick and Harry. Come, today I will harm you, tomorrow I will harm them. It's a nuisance valley, chaos will happen in the whole world. So there will be war between criminals and these mafia. These, what do you call, spirit mafia. They will attack anyone tomorrow. Is it right? Ayurveda says no. There is no such concept that spirits today, like mafias, they catch you walking somewhere alone and they say, I will attack you. Just like dacoits or some carnivorous animals, right? But Acharya says, very good thing. Dushkritamapi, the one who does bad deeds. Because of attachments, we pull. Because of desires, we snatch. Because of hate, we kill. We harm. Revenge. These types of karmas, when done, then we get charge of negative spirits. Negative spirits not come. But it is our deeds which makes us to take negative charge. I said, wow. Now my whole movie got complete. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Maharaj Krishnadas Kalidas talks only about Shakti Avesh Avatar. But Charaka's mental disorder chapter talks about that there can be negative charge there, and spiritual book says there can be positive charge, which Ayurveda not speaks. But its charges are because how you are. When you are sad, negative, you are open for, then don't blame those spirits, Tomorrow, if some mad person is standing outside and I go and see him like this and I irritate him, हमारे कहते हैं ना आ बैल मुझे मार, अरे भाई वो जा रहा है उसे जाने देना, लाल कपड़ा दिखा के आजा आजा मैं ही हूँ. You are showing the red cloth to a bull, come and attack me. Unnecessarily being sad, whom you are inviting? Hello? क्या? Negative energy. Spirits. By being positive, happy, space around you, whom you are inviting? Godly spirits, godly energies. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. You are weak, the weak will go very down. You may be successful, you may make money, you may become very famous. You can be famous also. You can be rich also. Nothing to do with your richness, with your fame, with your great degrees, scholarships. This is something different. That is coming to you because of your efforts. But this is your internal state. I tell you one thing. Every business has its micromanagement and macromanagement. Here we are doing one micromanagement. You ask anyone here one earbud. My team will give you full box. Will give you full shampoo. And if you go to any 5-star hotel of India, they will give you in one pouch 5 earbuds. It's a micromanagement to win the heart. It's a gift. People very happily take those earbuds. They will leave anything, but they will never leave earbuds box, which they get in my place. And they take 2 to 3. They said, give my people this. No, we lost. I said, no, this is not a loss. This is a comfort you're giving to the mind of my people. They are my guests, not my patients. Small things making you happy. For happiness, child is so beautiful inside you. But you have to be a tough guy for that. Do not let your space be affected. You may. The right and wrong theory is very, very simple here. If you do bad things, your space will be polluted. If you do good things, good karma, your space becomes beautiful. Now comes 5th point. I'm tired. Maybe one day. That is upadha. That craving. From where this craving to do wrong, or even you are the best person, but still you hurt your own people. From where that craving comes to harm, to eat which is bad. To do mistakes is fine, you like something, you eat something, you do, like childish. But I'm talking about not childishness. Some children in the class, they love to harm. Upadha, that craving to cheat, to harm, to be that villain. That is a dust on your maya, on your atma. It's a very deep subject of a deep philosophy of Vedic knowledge. Amazing it is, but one day, if time permits, I will definitely talk. But that is all about a deeper side of Vedas, which are not so easy to unveil or reveal. Not so easy, but not very complicated too. It is a good teacher who can make Who can tell that complicated horror movie in a very easy and sweet manner? So Acharyas has to do that, and my family tradition is this. My father and my forefathers, everybody does this in Vrindavan. From 7 generations, at least I have a record, where from Mahaprabhu's time, we are doing the same job. You may make me, I will be doctor, I will do this. You make me idli wala cook, I will do the same job, because my genes are tuned to this. It's my inbuilt software. So I have to give this. This is an extra package, it doesn't belong to your Ayurveda Panchakarma. It's my passion to give knowledge. So don't say, okay, from tomorrow, Guruji is not here, my treatment, well, this is my extra wish to give knowledge. And whatever I give, I prefer to give, which is written either in the ancient evidence proof data of the books, or any scientific paper, research paper based. I think I will talk about craving. Craving, if you understand, and if you win that, we smile, and you win your cravings inside your upadha, which is prajna paradha. We know what is wrong, but we do it. Duryodhana says, when Krishna says, don't do this war, stop this war. Why are you attached? Give 5 villages. 5 villages. Finish it up. He says, Janami dharmam. I know what is dharma, what is right. Nacha me pravritti. But I don't have any inclination in it. I cannot go in that. Janamya dharmam. Nachame nivritti. I know what is adharma, but I cannot stop myself from that. The time Haribhakta Vilas, Gopal Bhatta Goswami Ji Maharaj, from our parampara, he writes in Haribhakta Vilas, Toya hridasthena hirshi, Toya hirshi kesha hridasthitena, yatha niyuktosmi tatha karo. Oh Rishikesh, sit in my heart, near my soul. In what you are going to employ me, I will do that. So we are the employers. Na aham karta bhavam. Stop this ego-based, I am the doer. Jaisa Thakur ji karate jaye, as things coming, let go with his wish. Go with the flow. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. May Lord give you everything, great success in your health. It's not very expensive, but it is very, very expensive. If you understand, it's very economic. If you don't understand, it's very expensive. Your all insurance company, you pay, but still you cannot get it. But it is very economic also, if you understand. Remove your upadha. Let Rishikesh sit in your heart. This is a positive spirituality, to make your space from negative to positive. Yeah. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Maharaj, you were speaking from me, through me. I said, you will speak. You said, no. I said, okay, today Vanamali Maharaj will speak through Tanmay Goswami. So whatever I was speaking, it was actually, he was sending me all those divine lights, and I was giving that knowledge. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for your coming. Blessing all of us. Keep on this such a beautiful path on which you are moving. Keep enlightening people by your gracious and peaceful divine presence. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So you understand our mantra? Peace. This place. It's very expensive. Because I really can do that. I'll make 2 sections. But I'll make 2 different sections. I will not make chaos. Because chaos will destroy your all development. And if you go, because I went to so many health resorts and all, ego people are walking here and there. So many people. Here, come on, 20 people we need at least. If 20, 30 also not, who will bear this 65 people salary? I cannot do that. Right. So I understood. We are Brahmanas. Our appetite is not very, very big. थोड़े में पेट भर जाता है. बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं चाहिए. A little our stomach gets filled. We don't want too much money. We live very simple life. Our house is also very simple. We're not into this money. Even if you ask me where I spend money, I don't know. I don't have time to spend money. And I don't have any interest. All clothes you people bring for me, some gift comes. Food I eat every day, one bowl, like whatever I give or my wife gives or here I eat. That's it. Every time I'm busy with the work. Work is very good because it's to help people. Thank you. आनंद लीजिए यहाँ पे.
भरपूर आनंद ही आनंद है यहाँ पर. जब से आए तब से मन प्रसन्न.
रश्मि ठीक है, खुश रहेंगी आप. प्रणाम. हरि कृपा. हरि प्रणाम.
Thank you very much for the nectar.
What nectar? Nothing. It is written in scriptures. I just spoke it out.
Very nicely brought the point.
I was shocked. It's all about this.
Face.
Chaitanya Charitamrita and Ayurveda, Charaka. Leonid.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy texted.
He's here?
Uh,
Sandeep, ನೋಡಿ.
ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನಾಳೆ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಬನ್ನಿ.